Hello! This is my review of the Sega Genesis. A very famous console made by Sega in 1989. First, it was released as a competitor for the aging Nintendo, but soon, with the release of the Super Nintendo, the 16-bit wars started. Quite intense of fans of either console. I personally love the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo equally. I don't know if most of you agree with that. This is the Model 2, which is the one I own. There's a Model 1, which is a little bit wider. The Model 1 also has a master converter thing to let you play Sega Master System games. I personally like the Model 2 a little bit better. I just like its design and how great of a little console it is. There's also a Model 3, also the hockey puck, which, if you, I don't know, is really small. Anyway, this review is going to consist of looking at the Model 2 console. So obviously the Genesis was one of the first real 16-bit consoles to come out on the market. Well, one of the first successful ones, anyway. As you can see, a general look at the console. It's kind of a cool design. It's obviously a cartridge-based system. Looking at the front here, we have Sega logo. Very nice logo. Of course, you have the trademark. I have no idea why I'm pointing that out, but you have your power button. Works very well. Sega products have a really high build quality, which is just something I really love about Sega. Right here is the LED lights that will light up red whenever you power on the console. Have a reset button here to reset your games. Kind of a sleek shell design up top here. And back here, we also have the cartridge input. As you can see, we have kind of this oval design here of the Genesis logo. It's only known as Genesis in North America. And in other places of the world, it's known as Mega Drive. As you may know it, I like calling it the Genesis better. On the back of the console here, we have some venting on the top here. Very nice. On the front, we have controller 1, controller 2, and we have some controller inputs here. You know, it has 2 controller ports. What's also interesting is this type of control import is actually used by Atari too, so you can use Sega Genesis controllers on the Atari 2600 and the Atari 7800, which is really awesome for playing Atari games. Thank you, Sega, for using the same input. That's awesome to those gamers from the 70s. On the bottom here, we have, you can get a general overview of it. We have some rubber feet to keep it from sliding around. We have 4 of those. Right here, we also have another rubber thing in the center to also keep it from going. Yeah, moving. You know, then here we have your general warning labels and model number and, you know, your general stuff, FCC. You know, those kind of things that's on almost any product you'll buy. We also have some venting right here and here. Gotta keep that console cool. And, alright, you notice there's some screws here. And that's pretty much the bottom of the console. Inside, nothing too special. Just looks like that. Just kind of the outer end of the shell design. On the back here, we have right here is the audio and video out. And we have the AC adapter supply right here. and that's obviously used. Pretty standard console stuff. On the side heel, you'll notice this door, this arrow, and actually can pop off, and you'll see this card thing here that's made in pretty much every Genesis console. That's actually an expansion port that was used with the Sega CD, which is a CD attachment that you would put on the side here, and this would kind of sit on a tray. It would basically just be a standard kind of CD drive here that had its own games. The Genesis also had a second add-on here that would go through the cartridge slot, almost looked like a mushroom sort of thing. It was the Sega 32X, which was a 32-bit cartridge designed console that they released to try and increase the Genesis lifespan. But since it only came out 6 months before the Sega Saturn, it was a complete fail. Basically, the add-ons to the Genesis aren't all that cool. Here, put this back on real quick. Screw it. Anyway, that's the general overlook of the console. And generally for part 2, we'll look at the controller.